So I'm the school psychologist, and I'm just here to talk to you about Haley's performance in her academics. Um, so I did meet with her teachers, and I just had a brief meeting with them. Um, so recently, Haley was given a test just to see where her performance is at in her academics. So the test that she was given was the Westler Intelligence Scales for Children. This is a psychological test that just assesses children's general thinking and reasoning. And it's broken down into different parts. So one part is the verbal comprehension, there's perceptual reasoning, there's working memory and processing speed, and a full scale score. So I'm just gonna go over the report and just for you to be aware of where Haley is at in her academics. So just to give you a little bit of a background of the different parts of the test, the verbal comprehension score is just a test that evaluates her understanding for verbal information and her thinking and reasoning with words. The perceptual reasoning, it's designed to examine how Haley thinks and how she views pictures and designs and to solve problems without using words. The working memory part of the test, it requires her to perform tasks um, that have her learn and retain information in memory form. Um, the processing speed score, it requires her to quickly scan symbols and make judgments based on the pictures that she sees. I just want to let you know that this score, well, these tests are not always accurate because depending on the day or the child's mood, it has a factor on how the child performs on the test. So, do you have any questions before I begin?
No, sure I'll have some as we go along.
Okay, so let's get started. So, just want to again, it's the test is um, broken down into different sections. So, reading, mathematics, written language, and oral language, and each section has their own module and how the child will be examined. So the highest possible score is a 160, and the lowest possible score is a 40. And most of the time, children score less than 100, and sometimes they even score more than 100. So on average, the score may be 90 to 109. And at the end of the test, the child will be put into a percentile just to see where she's at compared to other students in the geographic area and in the state. And again, these scores are not completely accurate. It all depends on Haley's mood and the type of test and the day of the test is given. So,
Will you tell me where she falls? Do you know yet or no?
yeah, I'll give you the score, the rank, and the quality range of Haley's performance.
Okay.
So, for the verbal comprehension, Haley scored a 112, and her percentile rank is a 79. So, actually, she scored in the high average range, which is really good for her age. The report says that she scored higher, approximately higher than 79 out of 100 children her age. And in the notes section, it says that Haley's skills in understanding verbal information, thinking with words, and expressing thoughts in words are higher than average. And her skills in solving verbal problems are much more developed than her skills in solving non-verbal problems. And her perceptual reasoning score, she scored a 92. So the percentile rank is 30. So she scored higher than 30 out of 100 children her age that performed the same task. In the notes here, it says that in general, her skills in solving nonverbal problems are quickly and efficiently with visual information are on the average. So she's on average with perceptual reasoning. So the working memory performance, she scored a 102.
A what?
102. So she, in the percentile rank, that's a 55, and the qualitative rank, that means she scored on average, which is still good. So she scored higher than approximately 55 out of 100 students her age who completed the same test.
That's good.
Her processing speed, she scored a 91, and the percentile rank, she scored a 27, which puts her in the average range. So she performed higher than approximately 27 students out of 100 who are the approximately same age range as her. So her full scale score was a 101, and she scored higher than 43% of 100 students in her same age range, and that put her in the average age range. So
What was the full scale again?
the full scale was, it's just a combination of verbal comprehension. It's also a combination of all the tests put in one. So verbal comprehension, perceptual reasoning, and working memory.
Okay. You said that was average for her?
Yeah, so each score of the first three, so verbal comprehension, perceptual reasoning, and work memory, they just take the average of those three scores, and she got a 101, which puts her in the average range, so that's good. Do you have any questions about the scores that she got?
I mean, as far as those categories, I shouldn't really be concerned. She's doing fine, right?
Yeah, she scored average to high average.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, so the second part of the test, so in the reading comprehension, she scored a 75. So in this part of the test, she was given a task where she had to read a series of printed words, and she had to read sentences and paragraphs and answer questions about what she was read. So these skills, she performed approximately 5% better than kids her age. However, since her score was a 75, that put her at the 5% percentile, which puts her in the borderline range.
Borderline? Like she's below average, or?
It's kind of in between average and below average.
Oh.
It's not completely bad. It's kind of like what it seems, borderline. So it is not bad, but she could use some improvements in that area.
Reading comprehension?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she scored a 96 for math. So that put her at the 39% percentile, and she's in the category that would be an average rank. So in mathematics, she was asked to add, subtract, multiply, and divide 1 to 3 digits in numbers, and understand numbers, consumer math concepts, geometric measurements, basic graphs, and solve one-step word problems. In her written language, she scored an 82, so that put her at the 12% rectile. And that was low average. So she does need improvement in written language.
I don't get it. You said for, what was it, reading comprehension, it was 71.
Alright. So for the written language, she scored an 82. So that put her at the 12% percentile, and that's low average. So